a left-wing or right-wing thing, just like I don't think that treating men with decency and kindness and love should be a particularly left-wing or right-wing thing. However, in the context of men acting this way, it's typically conservative traditional beliefs that underpin this behavior. I'm sorry it's this way. You've told all the liberal men that everything has to be 50-50 and that you want to be fully equal to him and he's going to act that out. He's going to expect you to behave in such a way that demonstrates that. And fair enough, you've told him that's what you want. It's no wonder that fertility rates are falling. Everyone is insane. To be honest with you all as well, I think that the sort of social conditioning that I just described around male-female behavior is probably why a lot of men now actively do not want to approach women, and why women, the normal ones, are finding this very frustrating.
What's your type? Can you approach me?
Yeah, that's so true.
Me? I'll give you eye contact, but it's just like, I gave you 3 seconds, maybe half a second, but like, you should know that that's enough. Like, that is the welcome in. Like, that should be it. That's just like, if I look at you and I look away and like, you can't smile to me. You have to like make sure you don't really smile too much. Cause then that's cringe. It's like, you might as well be approaching them. If now you walk up to me, it's like, okay, you passed the first test. If your ass stands there for another half an hour, ugh.
As I was walking out the gym, I saw my gym crush looking at me. I can see from the side. I know you see me. Just come talk to me. Call me a little bitch.
Woman in the comments was saying, and what was stopping you, Missy? And don't say it was because you're shy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because she out here calling men names. How about you approach?
I'm single. I have been for a hot minute. I go on a ton of dates, but I am very rarely, if ever, actually approached by people in person. Anytime that I just talk about it, and I very much would like to be in a relationship, but anytime that I talk about it, I have so many people tell me they're just intimidated by you. Really? Is that the answer that we're going with? Do we think it's an intimidation thing? Because I have never once heard a guy say, I really wanted to ask her out, but she was just so intimidating, and so I didn't know. I've never once heard that. I'm using this brightening toner, by the way. I use it every single night. It's like my favorite. Anyway, are these things that men are actually saying in the wild? Have you ever heard or met someone that was like, this girl was just so cool, and I was like super, super into her, but man, she was intimidating. Some of these excuses that people use, also I'm using Chivalry facial moisturizing lotion. It's super glamorous, but you know what? It does the job. Who was it? Who is that influencer that got super famous like during COVID? Hiram? Was that his name? That he did that whole thing about Chivalry over Cetaphil. And let me tell you, that stuck with me. I have not picked up Cetaphil ever since. Anyway, would love to know, are these real things that men are actually saying? I loved her, but she was intimidating, so I did not ask her out. What's going on?
This one's for the guys. Do you guys not shoot your shot with women in person anymore? Because I did go on this date with this guy that I met with on Circa, and he was great. He was, good looking, had a good job, we had really good conversation. But he literally told me that he wouldn't have the confidence to go up to me if we were at a bar, which I don't really understand because he is a good looking guy. I don't understand why he wouldn't have the confidence to do so. So is this a universal thing? Do men just not approach women as much anymore?
Because the world got sensitive. So nowadays a man just walking up to a woman saying, "Hi, beautiful," can be borderline harassment. Ain't that right, fellas? Yes. Yeah, those are the men that harass. Yeah, forget these. All I said was nice. And you got an attitude. You shouldn't have came outside with those. Sir, they attached to my body. They run in my family. I can't hide them. And it's crazy because I hate to tell you, fellas, if you ever been accused of making a woman feel uncomfortable, because some men have. If you've ever been called creepy or a weirdo, it's because of one 4-letter word. Just 4 letters. You're ugly. Some of you don't want to laugh because it hits home. Because don't nothing make a woman feel more uncomfortable than an ugly man. Especially when she out here thinking she looking her best and one of them trolls just come up like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh my God, call the police. I am uncomfortable. He is creepy and a weirdo.
This is Daphnique Springs, man. Go check her out. That's Daphnique Springs. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard where they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah. Or we're not from here, but we live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like, you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to like, look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, you know, I mean, good for you. He came in and he was like asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He was like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems like wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But like, we weren't mean to him. We were just like talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think like, if you just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me, because that's what I ultimately find, you know, like, if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and have a conversation, like, I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like, then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But if you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the? Okay, I posted a video about like how a man approached me at the bar and I was like, that was so funny, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't more men do this? Because they're not doing it anymore. And then so many men were coming at me like, no, women should approach men. You know, like, we are so done being disrespected and blah, 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 blah. Listen, here's what I have to say. My girlfriends and I had a really good conversation about this last night. And my one girlfriend works in a barber shop, okay? So there was one barber who has been married for 25 years and counting. And then another barber who's 35 and single, okay? The married man was like, yo, what is going on with dating these days? Like, what is happening? What is going on?
I think you guys are very flippant about a man's feelings and how a man processes things, how he sees the world. You just shrug it off. You don't really care. And when men see that you don't really care about their feelings, they decide to go down another path. And the result is usually you not getting approached.
We need to talk about the number one thing that I hear from women, and it almost comes up in every consultation that I have. Why don't men approach me? Followed by, I've been told that I'm intimidating or that men are intimidated by me. I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. In most cases, that is not what is going on. Here is what actually is happening. Men today are navigating in a totally different dating world. They're trying to be respectful. They don't want to come off as creepy. They don't want to interrupt you. They don't know if you're single or taken. They're terrified that they might end up as content, like here on TikTok. So what do? They usually hang back. And here's the other piece that women don't realize. Men need very clear, obvious signals that she's giving to him in order to have him approach. Not one signal, not two signals, 7 signals. Because neutral reads as a no. Polite reads as a no. Just a quick glance or a quick smile, that just one time still reads as a no. Women will be like, well, I looked at him or I smiled at him, but still at one time, he's not registering it. And online, I give the same advice. Women get online and they just sit and wait. So many women are like, well, I'm not going to say something first. I'm not going to be the person that's going to start the conversation. Even though they've matched, women still sit back and wait for him to make the first move. He still doesn't know whether or not she's open to having a conversation. Nudging and giving signals does not mean that you're chasing him. You're just literally letting him know it's safe, it's okay. And here's the part that always lands. Being approachable doesn't mean that you are dimming your strength. It means letting someone see the parts of you that are open. So men aren't approaching you because you're too intimidating. They're not approaching you because they don't know, they don't have the clearance to approach you. Anyway, I will stop there. If you want me to do another video talking about the signals that you can send to men so they know it's clear to approach, I can make a video about that. Just let me know down below. You know how much I appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
I know your mama didn't tell you, but respect is how men view love. If you don't show that you respect him, you're showing that you don't love him. Have a good day.
I don't care what she does. I don't care if she scratched, clawed, and beat the life out of you. You don't raise a hand at her. Do you know what you do? You exit that situation, because at the end of the day, you are a leader and you have to take responsibility for why you are in said situation. So the same way I say that to women, I'll say that to men. You are a leader. You are a man. You never lift a finger. You're with a crazy woman. Exit the situation. Can't keep blaming every Tom, Dick, and Harry for your problems. But I will never, no matter how crazy your woman is, condone a man lifting a finger on a woman. Exit the situation.
I don't know, Layla. I don't know, man. If she's crazy, I don't know. I don't know. You got to be careful with that crazy.
How do you feel about kids? I have 5.
I have two daughters.
Oh.
What you think?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to pop.
So if he had no children, then that'd be
One, yeah.
okay. But two is too many.
Too many.
I don't know what to do with that.
Just don't know if this is staged, you know? I don't know if this is something that's serious. I don't know what they'd be looking for. I don't. It just, the audacity, I guess.
I call my husband daddy in the bedroom and sir when he's handling business. I am a wife, I am soft, and I am happier, wetter, richer, and more powerful than 99% of the so-called strong, independent women screaming at me online. Here's why. And the data that will never make you settle for a combative woman ever again.
Never.
Fact number 1. Women who feel led have 4 times more orgasms. Archives of Behavior in 2022. This is 15,000 women, okay, found that women in relationships where the man is the undisputed leader report 4 times more orgasms per week, 70% higher satisfaction, and 3 times more likely to actually initiate this themselves. Imagine that. What does this translate to? When she doesn't have to be the man, her body finally relaxes enough to flood. Fact number 2, egalitarian marriages die fastest. A 20-year University of Norway study showed that couples who split chores 50-50 and take turns leading have a divorce rate 50% higher than those where the man clearly leads. Why is this? Because the polarity collapses, the tension dies, and the bedroom gets cold. Fact number 3, masculine leadership creates feminine surrender and insane loyalty. It's as simple as that. When a woman feels her man is fully in charge of direction and protection, her oxytocin, her pair bonding hormone, spikes 300%. That is the same chemical that makes new mothers die for their babies. Give her that safety and she will burn cities before she ever betrays you. This is what real submission looks like in my house. He makes the money, I have some side hustles, but when my husband walks through the door, I am barefoot, voice soft, eyes up. I ask, how do you want me tonight, baby? He tells me, I obey. And I fly so high, I forget my own name sometimes because I'm not carrying the whole world. He is. Call it unfair, I call it balance. That's not weakness. It's the smartest trade that I have ever made. Men, stop dating women who hiss at the word submit. They are showing you that they never truly relax around you, that they will never give you that wild, devotional, ride or die love that you are craving. Find the woman strong enough to kneel, secure enough to call you a king without any sarcasm. That woman isn't broken. She is rare. She is peace, and she is the last 10 out of 10 that you are ever going to need. Protect her, lead her, own her, and watch her turn in your entire bloodline into legends. That's biblical, that's biological. That is the cheat code that has been erased. So take it back.
Somebody tell me why I have a beautiful house, warm, cozy, and yet this is where my husband is.
I don't mean to mansplain, but you know how
will wear heels, and then they tell everybody they feet hurt, and then they tell everybody why they still got them on. They say beauty is pain. Well, sometimes peace comes in pain. And to simplify it, that means he's sick of you, man. That means he'd rather sit outside and get Ebola in that cold ass garage than go inside. He don't even like basketball. He picked that hobby up. He just like, I gotta sit out here and collect my thoughts for a few hours and whatnot. And if you think I'm lying, you can test it out yourself. Next time you go out and you gone for a few days, put a Ring camera up and watch where he watch basketball. Have a good day with your dumb ass.
Think fast, I'm a random girl. Think fast, I'm a random girl.
I'm gay.
What? Think fast, I'm a random girl. Hey, baby.
Thank you. His mother said
Oh.
the same thing.
Think fast, I'm a random girl. Think quick, I'm a random girl. I'm a random girl at a bar. Act fast, I'm some random girl. Think fast, I'm a random girl.
Fuck off me, you whore.
Think fast, I'm a random girl.
Think fast, I'm a random girl.
Whoa, hey, yo!
Think fast, I'm a random girl at a bar.
Nope. Nope.
Think fast, I'm a random girl. Think fast, I'm a random girl.
Get off me, I'm gay!
Think fast, I'm a random girl.
Excuse me? I got a quick question. I'm not gonna lie, like I've been seeing you around, I really thought you looked mad good. Like you look absolutely beautiful. You heard me? Oh, you married? Oh, you speak English?
Yes,
Ah, that means you're a lucky guy, right?
you're very lucky.
When you put that ring on your finger?
Months ago.
Months ago? That's crazy. Is it serious though?
I'm not that type of girl.
I fuck with it.
like?
I fuck with it. Like you loyal type.
Thank you.
But is he a good guy though?
Yes.
He do everything right?
Yes, that's my man.
For life?
Yes.
For lifer?
For life.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie with it. Cause you don't find loyal girls no more. Damn. But can we still be friends though? Like on Instagram? Nothing?
Trying to get me in trouble?
How I'm gonna get you in trouble? He doesn't know though. He here?
Nah. No, my man at work.
Nah, you working for both of
My
y'all.
man a hard-working man.
Alright, I'll put it.
Thank you.
Hey bro, you got a lucky one, bro.
Said this once, I'm gonna say this again, man. You know, if your woman is entertaining conversations with other men, she's not your girl, man. You know what I mean? That there's men out here dealing with disrespect every single day, man, cheating, etc. What do I do? You respect yourself. You find a wife. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. And like, I truly believe that with the bottom of my heart. You know, I have faith in that. I have faith that when we find the right partner, you're not going to be confused, G. You're not going to be dealing with disrespect every single day. You're not going to be coming home to destruction, man. You're going to be coming home to peace. You know, number one with Jesus, number two with our partner, and the decisions we're making every single day, right? Going to the gym, improvement, elevation, you know, improvement as men, that matters as well.
If a man has the ability, the mind, the mental sharpness, and the fortitude to come into your life and provide real infrastructure, then he is a provider. There are seasons in a person's life where they 50 might not look like half the bills, but if he shows up in other ways to supplement and make it make sense, you gotta understand that. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm not sending this as a shot to discourage you, sending it as a shot to wake up. If the only thing you know of provision is a paycheck, then you know nothing of it. If that's what you think a man being a provider is, you have no clue what a real provider is supposed to do. That's why so many kept women are lonely.
How much are they? So a robot like Melody is $150,000, and that's fully AI capable and customized. We can make the robot look like anything you want. You can come to us and say, we would like to give us a picture of someone, and we can make that robot customized to you, and we can customize the AI so that it knows exactly what you want it to know. So it can learn about your company, it can learn about your product, or it can be your girlfriend.
We're about to be replaced. I think we better start treating men better. Like, a lot better. And quickly. I mean, she's guaranteed to give him his peace. And not try to take everything from him in the event the relationship doesn't work out. And for the ladies that have certain financial expectations, I mean, in some cases she might even be cheaper than you, so it truly is unfortunate it's gotten to this point where real relationships might not be a thing anymore. And yeah, they're expensive now, but who knows, later down the road the price might gradually decrease until most men can afford one of these.
Did you know being called queen is actually an insult? Etymologically, the word goes back to Middle English and is derived from queen with an EA instead of an EE. The definition of a queen, and I quote, is a low-born woman, a hussy, a concubine of a king. In Middle Dutch, it's spelled queen, Quene, and it means worthless woman. The EA spelling was changed to EE in the late 15th century.
Damn, that's something else right there. The more shit you know. I'm gonna call you Boo from now on, moving forward. You're welcome, Miss Knuckles. HV.
I think couples should have conversations where they just ask each other what they don't like. What do you like that I've been doing? What do you dislike that I've been doing? And how can I show up better for you? And then when they tell you what they don't like, fucking change it. Don't get upset. Don't get defensive. Don't defend based off of the actions you took in the past. Just fix it. You are not asking that question so you can defend yourself. You're asking the question so you can improve as their partner. The same thing as asking that question to employees you have so you can become a better leader. It's about improvement of self to benefit the other person.
I think a foolish man is I'm gonna get my girl to start doing this, and I'm like, yo, bro, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because if a woman knows what you are, you ain't gotta tell her who you are. I walk into a room, I know I'm him. In reality, I ain't gotta scream and yell at no woman to establish my dominance. I tell her, my absence will be me showing you how comfortable I am. And I'm willing to say, you know what? This is no longer suitable for my next chapter of my book. But a lot of men need to get to that point. Otherwise, they're gonna be sitting there fighting with little girls about, they got $1,300 between the two of them, and they talking about a trip to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And that don't even make sense. And as a man, with your logic, you should be like, yo, this don't even make sense. But again, if a man isn't comfortable with saying no, he will ultimately be persuaded every time to say yes.
And this is my message to all men. Only honorable men feel shame. The shame is the sign that you're honorable. It's the indicator that you're honorable. Dishonorable people, men and women, feel no shame. No matter what harm they've done to anyone, they feel no shame. Shame is a sign of honor, an indicator of honor, a function of honor.
Can we talk about how men don't offer to buy girls drinks at the bar anymore? I've been single for 6 years, and I can count on one hand how many times a guy has offered to buy me a drink. But it's not just that, it's guys coming up and approaching girls in general is so scarce these days. I'm like, we as women have almost made it where we're like, leave us alone, so much to the point that they really are. And they all just want to like slide in your DMs, but would never approach you in real life.
I think that there's a combination of things that's happening. The first thing that I think is wrong, because plenty of people are going to make excuses on both sides. Women on why they're not getting approached, men on why they don't approach women. And I think it's a combination of things. The first thing that I think is wrong is social media. And I could do a whole 15-minute video just talking straight on that one. But I'm going to just give you a couple cliff notes. Social media has made people more reclusive, and they have no social skills. They have no social skills. They don't know how to approach women. A lot of guys are still nervous about it. And it's bad. It's very, very bad because people would rather send a DM. I've even seen videos where they're like, who is this person? Find them. Instagram, TikTok, do your thing and find this person. And then they put it there. It's like, yo, you was just standing right next to him or next to her. Why don't you say something? That's A. B, there are no more rules. So women are in this dark space where they advocated for equal and they wanted to be like men, but then they still expect to be treated like women. And men are like, what are you talking about? You said you wanted a partner. You didn't say that you wanted a husband. You didn't say you wanted a man. You didn't say you wanted a boyfriend. And so I'm kind of confused. And then on the flip side of women saying that, hey, these center men, we don't want men to approach us. We don't like you anymore and all of that. And men listening to them. Guys, and this is one of the biggest things, and this is something that's really not talked about. Guys understand their worth differently now, meaning that they not stressing over no women. Guys, as they continue to become greater, have less worry and less care about whether or not a woman is checking for them. So much so to where now you understand that your motion.
And you talked about social media. Now, social media has messed up a lot of stuff. A dude might be standing right there beside a woman, but he won't approach. And maybe he should, right? We can talk about that all day long. But I think understanding, adapting to, there's women out there, a lot of these ladies, they don't have social skills either. So I think what I'm looking for is, hey, if I'm struggling with something, if you're struggling with something, let's work on it together. Well, I ain't struggling. You actually are struggling. You're actually not very good at social skills. Or even if you're better at social skills, there is a deficiency there. Even by you saying, I want my man to lead, that means, well, I would rather him, stand. He seems to be stronger. He seems to be more competent in X, Y, and Z. Or maybe I am competent. I just wouldn't want to take on that weight. So if you're giving that to somebody and somebody doesn't know how to do it, you can't then come back and shame them for not knowing how to do it. Y'all be trying to give things to men and then just take your hands off of it. Oh, well, I gave it to you. You handle it. You the man. A masculine man would just figure it out. A masculine man does figure it out. He does problem solve, but he also asks for help. That's what you're there for. And when men say, what do you bring to the table? That's what they're asking. Are you going to help me? Are you going to support me? No, you're the man. I expect you to take on 100% of this, whatever it is. What kind of deal is that? Who wants to take on 100% of the stuff and then have somebody armchair quarterbacking them the whole entire time? Who wants to do that? Not a lot of people that I know. Not a lot of men that I know. Not a lot of women that I know. A lot of people get frustrated. Okay, if you know so much, why don't you go ahead and do it? Oh, well, I was just trying to say, well, then shut up then. That's what they're going to say. Oh, you ain't got to be rude about it. Well, you don't have to say what you said. If you want me to do something, if you want it done a certain way, you come and do it. Other than that, be quiet. If you're going to help me, then help me. If you're going to give me some tips and some pointers, go ahead and give me some tips and some pointers without trying to freaking criticize me. That's what men are saying. But men are running into women that do not help them. That's why I keep on saying in social situations, I mean, if he ain't got it, he ain't got it. But if a man is struggling, I don't know if a quick wave, how's it going? Or maybe you can just open your eyes real wide and then smile, and maybe you'll have a quick laugh. And then maybe you approach at that time. So you're looking at me, huh? Oh no, I wasn't. No, you was looking at me, and you can bring your friend. You can bring your friend too. You can bring your friend over there and say, no, we saw you looking, mister. Oh, you got me. Now, back in my day, oh, what day you talking about? Well, my mom and my daddy's day. But back in their day, a man used to buy a woman a drink. Is that you? Well, I mean, depending on who the drink is for. Yeah, I'm standing right in front of you, ain't I? Well, what you drinking then? And go ahead buy the drink. Or what you eating then? What you want to eat? Go and pick. Well, surprise me. Okay, well, I might get the cheese sticks or something. Y'all going back and forth, but it'll be because you decided to help him out just by doing something silly, by opening your eyes real wide and smiling. Some stupid clownish face, something dumb, but modern women don't do that enough. And so men are confused. I don't know if I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know if I'm making the read. In football, when men are on the field or a quarterback's on the field or defend, whatever, it don't matter. And they come around, they do this from pee-wee all the way on up to professionals. Yeah, you made the right read. They go back and look on that iPad. What the heck happened? I see now. And they go back out there and adjust. But the coach is coming, sitting right beside him and saying, now see, you saw this, and this. On this route, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got it. So the next time, that's why they say at halftime, We go in and we make those adjustments. When you're watching boxing, round to round, they go in and they make those adjustments. The trainer is talking to them in the ear. Now you see this, you need to let your hands go. Stop playing around. You need to let your hands go. Work behind the jab. Work behind the jab. You holding that hook in. You need to go ahead and hook him. Right there when he drop his shoulder, hook him right there. Watch for that. Always making adjustments, but I'm helping you out. Modern women, start helping the man out. Do something. Throw out a lifeline. Say something.
82% of women report experiencing creepy behavior, sometimes, often, or always by men. So you have guys not approaching women for fear of making them uncomfortable, for fear of being a part of some news story. Women also being made to feel uncomfortable, at least sometimes during their life. But 86% of women say that they want a man to make the first move.
Exactly.
So let's try and square this circle. Guys know that if they don't make the first move, nothing's really going to happen because 86% of women say that they want to do it. Women also kind of want guys to make the first move, but are fearful because sometimes they're creepy and they are the more vulnerable.
Exactly.
So like in this, an acceptance of, okay, there needs to be a buffer zone for well-meaning and non-dangerous errors to be made. A guy was a little bit silly with the way that he came up to you. Don't mock him. Don't make him feel small or stupid because he wasn't super cool when he came up and tried to say hello in a polite way, or you've got a boyfriend and you can like laugh in his face, because you are scarring that guy for the next girl that he is going to go up to that does really want to speak to him. And we're in the aftershock of a time where guys were really told, like, your presence is dangerous. Your gaze is toxic. Your gaze can make a woman feel uncomfortable. And that's not to say that it can't. If you've been stared at on the subway by someone for 4 stops, I bet that really makes you very, very uncomfortable as a woman.
It's a defining fact of women's lives.
It's messy.
Oh, it's
messy.
super complicated.
This is exactly what I was just talking about. Exactly the thing that I was just talking about. You got to start helping the man out. He don't know. Y'all don't know each other. He might say something or do something that's weird to you, and you're like, I don't know about that. He don't know. Like if it's something that's kind of like on the line, you're like, I don't know. Play it safe. You can be cautious about things. You don't have to like, I let down all my walls and all my guards. Just come over here. If he's being weird, he's being weird. But y'all be calling a man creepy because his shoe is untied. You know, he might have a stain on his shirt or something like that. A real man wouldn't approach me like that. I just spilled something on my shirt. That's it. I tried to clean it up too. Are you okay?
I have a question that us women would like to know. Why is it so hard or challenging or difficult? I don't know what verb we need to use, but why is it a struggle to come and approach women?
Well, see, the answer is really simple. The general consensus of women have complained for years about men approaching them, men doing this, men doing this. We scared of men. We don't want men to approach. Men, just leave us alone. Don't approach us. Don't do this. Don't do this. So when you see that, you hear that. And then some dudes have been unlucky enough to just shoot his shot. And then the woman just go crazy, you know, with the disrespect or get loud and try to embarrass him. And so now men who might be interested, you look good. That's it. We see you, we'll look, but that'd be about it. Now, the ones you want, because I feel like the what she's talking about is the men she's actually physically attracted to. The men who actually approach her won't be her type. So you're still gonna be complaining because the men who are approaching you aren't your type. And then when you complain about this, we see that. And now it's like, well, I don't want that same fucking response. I don't want to deal with that. If I get rejected, she might get crazy and start calling me all kinds of names, get loud, trying to make it seem like I'm assaulting her, I'm doing something. So I'm gonna just look and mind my business and keep going. She look nice, you know, it is what it is. It's a problem. That shit is a problem. I mean, don't nobody really want to get rejected? We understand rejection is inevitable. Nobody wants to get rejected. Women don't want to get rejected. Men don't want to get rejected. You know what I'm saying? But might as well just sit here and look at her and going about my business. I mean, sometimes like it won't harm a woman to say, hey, how you doing? You see the guy, you see he not saying that. And if you truly are interested in the man, you might as well say something. You know, it's the gender roles is everybody up. It's everybody up. But as far as her question, yeah, most dudes they tired. It's like, why? For what? Just for you to say no? For you to say you're married? For you to say you got a dude? What is the point? I don't know. I mean, it's different for everybody. Everybody's reasoning may be different, but for the most part, the men she's talking about are the men she's actually physically attracted to and that she actually wants to talk to, but he's already been scarred or, you know, traumatized or whatever from, you know, social media, women making these posts, women going viral, saying dudes harassing them, and all he was trying to do was get a weight or something, and you know it's shit done got bad. Shit done got bad. People, you complain about it long enough, people listen. People have listened. Don't nobody really want to approach anymore. The only ones that are doing the approaching is the ones who women deem ugly or not worthy or, you know, not they type and all this other. That's who y'all getting. And then you complain about that's who you getting, but you've run the ones who actually would want to talk to you away. Just by all that complaining about men approaching you, don't approach me, don't do this, don't do that. Well, how about you approach what you want then? That takes all the problems out of the situation. Approach who you like, approach who you want to talk to, approach who you find attractive. That takes all the issues out of everything. It does. I promise you, it'll fix everything. It'll fix the dudes coming up to you and you complaining about these ain't who I want to talk to. And it'll fix the whole dudes who not coming up to you because now they know you're interested because you've said something. I don't know. I mean, do you? But that's the answer to the question.
He said something in the video. Men see, they observe. Men observe a lot of things. I know y'all don't think that they do because they're not observing what your nail color is. But they're more focused on, they actually are reading your body language. They actually are reading the social cues, right? At least the good men are. You got some weirdos out there that don't read any cues. And even some of those quote unquote weirdos, they're reading cues. They just don't care about them. I'm going to approach her anyway. It don't matter to me. So men are paying attention to that stuff and they're looking at the way that you act. That's why there's another woman on here in the compilation talking about, well, I'm in front of you. Why are you going to my social media? Because I want to observe how you act on social media and in real life. I want to know how much you want to clown, or if you don't. I want to know if you like shaking your behind or if you don't. I want to know what types of friends you hang around. See, you might not have all that. You might keep all that under wraps, but I see the type of women that you hang around. Oh, I see the way she dressed. Now, she's not dressed like that, but I see her friend is dressed like this. And I see her, I didn't check out her social media page for her friend and this friend and this friend. And I see this friend is messing with this type of dude. And I see, oh, this type of dude is over here with this type of friend and she's with them. She's hanging out in the same place that she probably should not be in because these types of things go on in this type of place. It's all connected. It's a network. And y'all don't think that men be doing their research. I'm telling you, they do. Oh, he slid up on my story. I'm looking at you. I'm trying to see what you got going on. Oh, he liked my story. Or he was looking at my Snapchat. I'm trying to check you out and see what you got going on. Men observe. Men observe. They look from afar and they say, oh, she just did that. Not gonna be me. Turn around, have my drink, pay my tab, and going back to the house.
All right, so y'all see that? That's crazy right there. You said he went and looked me up on social media to determine if I'm a catch or release. Sir, we're right there in front of each other. We having conversation. We're talking to each other. We're walking out together. We're walking to my car. You're touching my hands. You're gazing in my eyes. You're doing all of the things. You're flirting. What are you talking about, a catch or release? We're living in reality. You don't have to go to social media to see anything. I mean, yeah, I get that some people are living a double life or living, you know, they putting certain things out there for content and, you know, or whatever, but I'm right there. You know, if you're trying to see my personality, you're trying to see my character, you're trying to see all those things, that was the conversation. That's what we're there for. I like to live in reality, not on social media. You going to my Instagram, you're not going to really see but so much. I rarely post on there. So I'm right here. That was my whole point. I'm right there. You took up a lot of my time already by having conversation. And I don't mind that because I'm a social person anyway. So I'm going to talk to people. I'm not looking for somebody to try to, I'm not looking for anybody to like try to get my number or anything like that. I can actually talk to people and not try to talk to them in that type of way. It's not that deep. But the issue was him leaving and then inboxing me, finding me on Instagram, then saying something. So yeah, he did, like y'all was saying, he was scared of rejection. He was shy. You know, he didn't know how to approach me. He said he knew that he was scared to say something to me because he could tell that I'm not the type of woman that probably would put up with his situation. I asked him what his situation. This mofo is married. Okay, he's married. All right, so that's the reason. He's married. He's going through a divorce. They're separated, but they're living in the same house. He's saying he's still there because he's juggling with the idea of leaving his children. It's like, yeah, you need to go work on that. You need to go fix that, you know, like figure that situation out because I am not the one. You did read the room right. You know, I would never put myself in a situation like that. I have morals and I have boundaries. Okay. So however he, you know, whatever it is that that he thought was definitely the truth. But I also want to say, like, you know, people saying, oh, you complaining and you having an issue with it. What are you talking about? This is a grown man. This is not Gen X, okay? Like Gen Z or whatever. Like y'all kept talking about, yeah, y'all generation. I'm not in that generation. I'm a millennial, you know, and I'm an older millennial at that. So I'm not a little kid. I'm not a little girl. I know what I want. And at the end of the day, I will want a man that's going to, you know, while he's talking to me, approach me in that and be very confident. I get that rejection. No one loves rejection. I don't want to be rejected, but that's life. People say no. It's either a yes or a no. But if somebody is sitting there and they're having conversation with you, y'all having little flirts here and there, come on. You know how to, like, so you don't know? Like, come on now. Like, so, yeah, that's the reason why I said something. I didn't, y'all talking about, oh yeah, you just put that out there. This is the reason why men don't be trying to talk to y'all because you made this video. Dude, I never put no guy picture out there, no videos about, it's like all because I'm asking a question. Okay, you need to say something. Rejection is that's a part of life. That's a part of life. I mean, yes or no. People get rejected all the time for various things. Not just for dating. It's just you and I right here. Nobody else is around. What are you going to feel embarrassed about? I mean, I just don't understand it. But hey, at the end of the day, the guy is married. Okay? He's married. In my Baltimore, he's married. And he's going through a divorce. And he's absolutely right. I would never date him or give him my phone number to pursue anything with me because I'm not sharing. And that's not what I want to do. So there. Are y'all happy now? Anything else?
You still don't understand. Catch and release is wild, but a lot of women post on social media. And so when I look, because your employers are going to do the same thing. When I go back and look at your social media, because I'm talking to you in the interview, you're presenting well, you're saying all of the right things, I'm seeing your quote unquote personality. Now I want to see what you get around to. I don't really post too much on there. Okay, well, let me see. Because some of these pictures that you don't really post a lot, It might be you acting a fool in just a few of those pictures. So, you just got to be careful. And you might not post a lot, but other people on social media might tag you. And they might tag you acting a fool. And then now you coming to me talking about, well, I was just having fun. And what, a girl can't have fun now? Yeah, you can have fun. But maybe I don't want to date a woman that's twerking and Turks and Caicos. Maybe I don't want a woman. I saw a woman tonight. I didn't put it in the compilation because I think YouTube would probably take my video down. A man was... They were at a concert, and it was a random man, and the man was behind her, doing something to her, had her bent over. So, yeah, I'm going to take a look at that social media, and we're going to see what you have going on. Godspeed.
So men do something very special with anger. We turn all of our negative emotions into anger, which is why men are so angry. Sadness has high visibility, high auditory stuff, right?
Yeah.
You can see someone is sad. You can hear someone is sad. It is a signal for help when you feel like you can't handle the world around you. That's literally what sadness does. Now, when a man needs help, what does society do? Right?
Grow up.
Grow up.
Can make fun of you.
Right? What are you crying about? Men are privileged.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
There's one really troubling thing in our society right now, which is that we expect men to solve their own problems. We don't help men. I think 60+% of people in college are women, but there's no male-only scholarships, or very few. Right? We're not trying to fix that problem. Male suicide has been 4 times the rate of female suicide for the last 60+ years. That's not a problem if there's any real systemic movement around, right? So we expect men to help themselves. So what men learn is that when I cry, it doesn't work. And so what we do is we turn it into anger. Because when
it's
I
the
feel...
only masculine way.
And it's not even about masculine.
Yeah, not even about masculinity. It's anger is a motivator. Sadness is not, I don't want to say it's weak, but it's when you're sad, you just kind of sit there and you're just kind of like, oh man, depression. You think about, I just don't want to get up out of bed. But anger burns. It makes you uncomfortable. Not a lot of people like to sit in anger. If they're sitting, they're stewing in anger. And pretty soon they have to do something about it. Go ahead.
Acceptability. I think it even goes deeper than that. What is the purpose of anger? What is anger?
Like rectifying
You gotta
injustice.
move.
Okay, so rectifying, right? So sadness makes me do what?
Cry.
And that makes me do what?
Get help.
Well,
Nothing.
Nothing in America.
Nothing. Right? So sadness is like, I'm not doing the problem. You guys fix it.
It's a dead end.
Okay.
But what does anger make me do?
I fix it.
Rectify.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to show them. Anger is a motivating emotion, right? So anytime we feel angry, we feel like doing something, right? And oftentimes when people get really, really angry, we tell them, don't do anything. But what do you want to do when you get pissed?
Anything.
Gosh.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
anything,
All
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Right? So this is where what we've learned as men is like, okay, the sadness signal doesn't work. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to transmute that into anger. And once it gets transmuted into anger, now I have the motivation to fix this problem because ain't no one going to fix it for me.
Anton Daniels says this a lot, and I really like it. And I know other people have probably said it. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to do it on your own, right? And a lot of men, they know this. That's unfortunately what it is. And so when you get a man mad enough, when you push a man too far, then he gets angry. And his anger could go either way. It could be, I can use it for good, or I can use it for evil. Obviously, you want them to use it for good. Obviously, you want them to channel that anger. A lot of that, when you talk about sports, I think there was a guy, and he was teaching his son, because his son was upset and he was pouting and he was throwing a fit, and I don't want to do it like this. I don't want to shoot like this. Oh, I'm tired of shooting the basketball and practicing. He stopped him right there and said, you getting upset and angry and pitching a fit is not going to do anything but land you on the bench. That's not going to do anything for you. You need to get your mind right and your attitude right, or coach ain't going to care nothing about that. You're just going to be sitting on the bench doing nothing. And you going to come home crying to me, basically, mad at the world, but you did not correct the problem when you should have. You did not channel your anger into something that was positive. Oh, you don't like sitting on the bench? Or you don't like being the last one that's picked on the basketball court? Get in the lab. Put some headphones on. There's a lot of men that do that. They be sitting in the gym. You look at them, you wonder why they zoned out and they got that angry look on their face. They thinking about sometimes all of the stuff that people done to them. Hey, I'm using that as motivation. Michael Jordan, maybe toxically, or I don't even know if toxically is a word, but maybe in some toxic ways, Michael Jordan fueled that anger. What people have said about him in order to be the greatest of all time, or one of the greatest of all time, depending on who you like. You like LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, depending on, it's a different story for a different day. But they're taking that, the unfortunate circumstances in their life, and they're channeling that and saying, I'm going to use it to make money, or I'm going to use it to get better. And the money comes because I am better. All of this other, and a lot of times, as weird as it might sound, these boys don't really even care about their money like that. It's nice to have, but I still have something to prove. Michael Jordan, I feel like his entire career played with a chip on his shoulder. That's all he lived for, is to go out there. Kobe too. Kobe Bryant too. He wasn't happy with nobody. Neither one of them were. I'm not your friend. I don't come here to play patty. I mean, they love people. You could tell that Kobe Bryant loved people. He was always very positive in interview. Well, not always, but positive in interview, especially after he retired. A very, very good guy. Very, very stand-up guy. But on the court, we're not playing games. We're not doing any of that. I'm here to take care of business. And when I'm sad and I'm crying, I'm feeling that emotion, I'm stopped. Use that time to reflect. And then you channel that into, oh, I see my mistake. I see where I went wrong. And then maybe there's a little bit of sadness mixed in with anger. Okay, you got to feel all those emotions, man. And then you say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Literally, just sit back. Maybe throw on some music that helps you to focus. Sit in a dark closet, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I don't care. You clear your schedule. You ain't got nothing to do. You go get something to eat. You just laying in your closet, looking up at, or your bed. It don't matter. Sitting in a room, looking up at a dark ceiling, thinking, oh, okay. All right. And in your mind, you're planning. You're scheming, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And maybe you get up and you write it down, what you're going to do. Or maybe you have it in your mind what you're going to do. That next day, that next week, that next month, you start putting that stuff into motion. And you use that. That's the fuel. You're turning your anger right there in that closet, right there in that bedroom, right? Or wherever you're at, into fuel. You're taking that energy and you're turning it kind of like gasoline or oil, crude, raw oil, basically. You're taking that oil, and it's got to be that oil. You can't just put oil straight in your car. You got to refine that stuff. You got to take all of the impurities out. You got to put your little additives in there. You got to send it on upstream, midstream, downstream, all that. Everybody got to touch it, get a piece of the pie, and send it on to the gas station. By the time you see it, it's already purified. It's already refined for you. So when they put it in the pump, you just grab that pump, put your card in the pump, put the pump in your car, glug, 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 put the pump back up, go on about your way. You got more energy and fuel in your car. That's what your anger is. That's what your sadness is. That's what your depression is, right? Now, obviously for depression, it's a little bit harder to get out of that. So you might need to see somebody about that. And even anger, right? Anger management. You might need to have somebody help you channel those emotions. It might be fear that's a part of your anger. Fear that's a part of your depression. You might need somebody to help you channel and guide you through that, right? Whatever it is you need to do, you think about it and you put that plan into motion. Slowly but surely. It ain't gonna come in one day. It may, but it probably will not. And then over time, look at you. A year from now, 6 months from now, maybe even 3 weeks from now. And you keep on building all the way up a year, 5 years. And now people are looking at you like, oh man, what'd you do? Just grind it. That's it. I just started being about my business, started being about myself and doing what I thought was right for me. And this is how I got to where I was. And I hope you can do the same for yourself.